Hi guys, this is Michelle McKenzie, and I'm going to give it a couple seconds here to see if anybody is going to jump on with us to talk about compassion fatigue. And as a certified life coach, I love working with people who are suffering with this and to help them learn methods that will help them neutralize this syndrome. Um, and so it's exactly 1 o'clock. So I just want to let you know I'm kind of going between two different computer pages and my notes because there's a lot to talk about. And I want to do it quickly because I don't want to be boring. So let me know if you can hear me okay. And feel free to jump on and ask questions. So I first became aware of this problem after working at an animal shelter for 5 years and witnessing the daily heartbreak of working with animal welfare and rescue. It was nonstop. Um, so I now like to work with people to get them through this pain. Mine manifested as anger. I was just angry all the time until I quit. And then I couldn't believe how bright and happy the world seemed. So in a moment, we're going to look at 3 things you can do to work through your triggers and get the results that you want, to not feel overwhelmed, to not respond to stress in the ways that we are used to responding to it, and to learn to hopefully love the work that you love again. So we'll talk about compassion fatigue, what it is, what the symptoms are, and then I'm going to offer you 3 methods with some exercises. This is kind of a little mini workshop with some exercises that I'm hoping will empower you. So compassion fatigue is defined as just emotional exhaustion. It's caused by stress, the stress of caring for traumatized or suffering animals or people. Doctors, nurses, all deal with this, as do veterinarians and people in animal rescue. It's there's so much that you want to do that you can't, and it's hard. It hurts. So that abuse, neglect, grief-stricken clients. It's also considered, compassion fatigue is also considered a secondary PTSD. And the symptoms are depression, sudden outbursts of anger, or being angry all the time like I was, grief, anxiety and feeling numb, poor concentration, body complaints, headaches. So you might just always have a headache when you start to think about going in to work. Appetite changes, feeling guilty, lack of motivation, conflict in many relationships, it could be work and home, feeling isolated from your friends and family, difficulty sleeping, suicidal thoughts. Now here I want to pause and say I'm a certified life coach, not a registered therapist. Please, if you feel that you are lost in grief and pain, seek a registered therapist. Okay? So we'll move through. Don't crash and burn. There are things that we can do. So I got started in animal welfare in 2006 and trained as a vet assistant, and I wrote grants for rescues in the local shelter before some years later I got on staff. And I wish I had had these tools at that time. So the first tool I want to introduce you to is mindfulness. And the purpose of mindfulness is to live in the present moment rather than being scattered, having your thoughts scattered all over. It is so common for our thoughts to be focused on the past or on the future, but seldom are we right here. Mindfulness allows us to be right here, and it switches our awareness of our emotions as well as our body. We become more sensitive to how we're really feeling and why. Our level of compassion to ourselves and others can increase with mindfulness, and science actually shows that mindful practice reduces and inhibits our stress response. It reduces activity in the amygdala, and that's that part of the brain that immediately shoots off stress. It actually helps. It soothes the amygdala. So some of the other benefits are improvement in depression and anxiety and coping skills, and many reports of significant decrease in stress, improved self-compassion, serenity, and empathy. So learning mindfulness is so important for people who are suffering from compassion fatigue. Mindfulness increases empathy and serenity among animal caregivers and emphasizes staying in the present moment, being non-judgmental, striving toward an attitude of acceptance. And this is often usually done through meditation. So don't roll your eyes. Meditation doesn't have to be difficult. So one powerful practice in mindfulness is to honor our emotions. Our emotions tell us things. It's information we need to move towards something or away from something. So first notice them. When we feel sad, where do we feel it in our body? Seems like I often feel it right here around my heart and in my chest. Some people feel it in their stomach or even in their intestines or in their head. Noticing and locating our thoughts and emotions teaches us to step back from them and to be more of an observer, to not take it so literally. So it makes it, you're splitting it into two parts. You're not that pain. That pain or that painful thought is separate from you. And it's just it's passing. So what we're going to do is a 3-minute breathing space exercise. And I can, if you like, I can put these in our notes later for you to look at. But for the 3-minute breathing space, you want to bring yourself to the present moment. Stand erect if you can, close your eyes, and ask yourself, what is my experience right now? And this would be right at that moment. Something has triggered your response, that pain response, that anger, that depression, that, oh, why bother? I have no control. So this is, what is my experience right now? Well, this man just came in and he wants us to put his dog to sleep. Okay, so where are you feeling that? Where am I feeling that? What are the body sensations when you think of that? Now, direct your attention to your breath. A full breath in, a full breath out. In breath, out breath. And you're watching this breath from the inside of your head. You see this air coming in through your nostrils. You can feel the cool behind your eyes. You can feel it up in your nose. And then you feel it leaving. And then you take another breath. Do this a few times. Your breath is anchoring you and allowing you to tune into a state of your body and your awareness and stillness. When you feel ready, expand your field of awareness around your body, not just here in your face or your chest as it rises and falls. But become aware of your whole body. How does it feel now? Keep breathing in and out. Just being aware of yourself, aware of your breath, aware of your posture and your facial expression. And when you're ready, you can relax, return to your work or your life. And this little exercise only takes 3 minutes, and it can make a huge difference in how you react, how you change the people around you by making bad decisions, bad reactions. It can help tremendously. Another thing that helps greatly is journal therapy. Journaling, if you like writing, if you don't, we don't have to go too deep into this, but it helps you overcome challenges and changes and hardships. It can help you heal wounds and illnesses. People actually heal from reflecting in themselves as they're writing in their journal. Studies show that journal writing can reduce symptoms of depression and PTSD by confronting emotions. So pick out a journal that you will keep for your eyes only, because you're going to be honest in this. You are not going to be walking around the issue. You're going to be telling the truth to yourself. So put it where other people aren't going to see it. This is your experience. You're talking about your experiences, and you want to go into enough detail that you can connect emotionally with them again. So first of all, turn off the TV and all distractions. Set the mood if you like with a candle or incense. I like nice music in the background. And commit to being honest with yourself, and do it with no judgment. No judgment. Write what you need to say, and don't judge it. Now, dig into those innermost thoughts about that experience that upset you. And there are going to be many, but this just gets you started. Now, write out quickly, off the top of your head, 10 things, situations, or people that typically cause you to feel stressed or anxious, or that just bring you down. Write them out. The more you write out your emotions in this, the easier it becomes to cut through the chaos and help us get back to the reality of the situation. Because feeling stressed usually means we believe things are outside our control. And oftentimes when you're journaling, you're going to find that there are plenty of things that you are in control of. You'll be amazed. You will start to see that you have control and can change a situation. Next, write out a list of 10 different actions that you can take today to manage those feelings. You might find that you really do want to talk to a therapist, and that's a great step too. So we can then move into spending time in nature. And nature is the natural therapist. Spending time in forests, parks, outdoors, exploring your senses is huge. Find a place in nature, in your backyard, in a forest, in a park, on your back deck. Trying to be mindful in this nature you're thinking about, what do I hear? What do I smell? What do I see? What does the wind feel like on my skin? If you were to get down on the ground, what would you see the insects doing? What would be going on? How does the bark of the tree feel against your skin and your fingertips? Did you know that trees actually emit an essential oil called, and I might be saying it wrong, phytoncides. It's phytoncides. And this essential oil is the tree's natural pesticide, and it helps them fight off disease as well. Well, scientists are finding that it helps treat people. And people who spend time in these forested locations actually physically are responding in a way where their blood pressure's lower, their depression has decreased, they feel good. They've measured it. The Japanese are very good at measuring these things, and they've been doing it a lot in Japan. They call it Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing, and they'll measure people's heart rate and the like before they go into a forest to spend time, and then they measure it on the way out, and they have found that the results that the person has gained actually last upwards of a week or longer. It's pretty amazing stuff. So they're saying that just 15 minutes of spending time in a forest, and we can't all find forests, but just to say, it lowers blood pressure, stress levels, and improves mental clarity. I know. It's very cool. So spending time in a forest or the woods, forest actually refers to more woods, higher canopies. It's more all-encompassing. But we can all find trees to spend time with and really watch as it decreases our stress level and depression levels. And some scientists are saying that even visualizing, going through a visualization of a forest, being in a forest, can do the same things. And so I invite you to look up forest bathing online. You are not going to go into the mountain stream. You're bathing in the sensations of the forest. But here is an exercise I wanted to offer you. So find a stone in nature, hold it, look it over, observe it. What does it look like? Close your eyes. What does it feel like? What does your stone feel like? Notice the ways that it's unique. I'm holding a stone here. Imagine the journey that that stone has taken to bring it to this moment. Now close your eyes and hold the stone in both hands and hold it to your heart. And ask it to hold your worries. And then when you're done, you can set it down. So the stone will hold your worries, and you can take a walk, maybe back into work, maybe taking a walk around the block, and come back, and you could pick up your stone if you feel that you need to. Or you can leave it there. So that's just a very simple taste of some things that we can do to help us manage this compassion fatigue. And if you've enjoyed this training, if you found it helpful, I'd love to work with you one-on-one. I'm booking sessions for combating compassion fatigue beginning next week. We would meet for an hour by phone or Zoom. I'd send you the link so you don't have to try to figure out how to do it. And then we can explore which of these methods you'd like to go deep into, because we just barely touched it. There's just so much information in these techniques, and we can even explore your compassion fatigue through NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, which can help you find ways of taking control back. And this cost for this 1 hour is only $97. And I have other classes available on this topic as well. So please message me if you would like to learn more. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, compassion fatigue-less day. Okay, bye-bye.